A former footballer has become the focus of national attention after receiving a suspended sentence for a series of social media posts that a court ruled were grossly offensive and intended to cause distress. Before we start, just a small favor, don't forget to like and subscribe. Now let's jump into the video. The case unfolded at Liverpool Crown Court, where the jury found Joey Barton guilty of crossing the line between free expression and deliberate online abuse. The posts involved broadcaster Jeremy Vine and football pundits Lucy Ward and Eni Aluko. Between January and March of 2024, Barton shared 6 posts on the platform X, making extreme comparisons and defamatory insinuations that the court said were designed to target and humiliate his chosen victims. During the trial, the court heard how Barton made comparisons between the 2 female pundits and notorious serial killers Fred and Rose West. In another series of posts, he repeatedly referred to Jeremy Vine as a bike nonce and made insinuations involving danger to children. The prosecution argued that these posts were not satire or commentary but part of a pattern intended to cause fear, anxiety, and emotional harm. The jury agreed in 6 of the charges presented. Barton, who has a background as a player for Manchester City and Newcastle and previously lived in Huyton, Merseyside, was sentenced to 6 months in custody. However, this jail term was suspended for 18 months. Along with the suspended sentence, he was ordered to complete 200 hours of unpaid work in the community and pay more than £20,000 in costs. The judge who delivered the sentencing, Andrew Menery KC, said that although the offences did cross the custodial threshold, he believed suspending the sentence was appropriate in these circumstances. He also noted that Barton had taken some steps to moderate his online behavior, though only time would reveal whether this would last. The incident that sparked some of the charges took place after a televised FA Cup match in January 2024 between Crystal Palace and Everton. In reaction to the commentary Barton posted online comparing Ward and Aluko to the Fred and Rose West of football coverage. He did not stop there. He then superimposed their faces onto an image of the notorious serial killers, turning the comparison into a visual attack which the court later ruled as grossly offensive. This was one of the key reasons the jury concluded that he had gone well beyond acceptable commentary. After the verdict, Barton spoke to the media and expressed regret for what had happened. He said that if he could go back in time, he would do things differently. He insisted that he had never intended to hurt anyone and that what he described as a joke had escalated far beyond what he had expected. He added that nobody wants to go to jail and he understood the seriousness of the situation. In relation to Jeremy Vine, Barton's posts had taken an even more damaging turn. He repeatedly referred to Vine using a deeply offensive phrase. In one post, he encouraged the public to call emergency services if they saw Vine near a primary school. In another statement, he described Vine as a man with a camera on his helmet cruising near schools and again urged people to alert the police. The prosecution argued that these statements were intentionally harmful because they insinuated behavior of the most serious nature without any basis. Barton denied this and claimed during the trial that he was the target of what he described as a political prosecution. He also rejected the idea that he was using the posts to attract attention and increase his online presence. Despite these denials, the jury found that 6 of the posts were intentionally harmful. However, Barton was cleared of 6 other allegations where the jury ruled he had not intended to cause distress. One of the posts that he was cleared of was the analogy comparing the pundits to the Wests without the edited image. The jury decided that although offensive, that particular comment did not cross the legal boundary. The superimposed photograph, however, did. Judge Menery delivered a lengthy sentencing explanation outlining why the behavior was unacceptable. He stated that in a free society, debate and even mockery are allowed and can at times be harsh. But he made it clear that these rights come with limits. When a person deliberately targets others with comparisons meant to degrade, frighten, or dehumanize, especially by associating them with serial killers or fabricating suggestions of criminal behavior, those actions no longer fall under the protection of free speech. The judge stressed that Barton's posts were part of a sustained campaign rather than isolated lapses. This was why the court had to respond firmly. The court further imposed 2-year restraining orders for each victim. These orders prevent Barton from posting anything about them on social media or referencing them through any broadcast medium. These restrictions were intended to ensure the victims no longer feel targeted and to prevent any further escalation. After the sentencing, a spokesperson for Cheshire Police stated that the case should serve as a warning to others who misuse social media. They emphasized that Barton's posts had not only harmed the individuals directly mentioned but had also been seen by hundreds and possibly thousands of people. The spokesperson said that Barton appeared to show no awareness or concern for how his comments would affect the well-being of those targeted. They added that the sentence given comes with strict conditions and that any breach could result in Barton facing real prison time. This case has reignited discussions about the boundaries between harsh criticism and criminal behavior online. Supporters of stronger online safety laws argue that this verdict demonstrates the importance of protecting individuals from targeted harassment. Others debate how to balance this protection with freedom of speech. Regardless, the court made it clear that freedom of speech does not include the freedom to inflict deliberate psychological harm through lies and extreme comparisons.